Finally! I've been waiting to see General Zod take on Ape Sapien forever! The Shape of Water. This film is pure art. No bones about it. I mean, you got Fish Boy meets Girl. You got a crazy G-Man who... Well, I'll get to that later. You got comedy, drama, action, gore, naughty parts that kids should not see. I mean, this film has it all. Let's start with the hero. No, not the fish. Sally... Well, her first name is Sally. I'll probably remember the name later. Sally, the actress that plays the main character, the mute woman, she was able... Sally Hawkins, that's it. Sally Hawkins was able to emote and give attitude and pathos and sad beauty to her character, all without saying a single word. It was all sign language and expressions and movements. It was like I was seeing the redawning of the silent film era. If this film had just had a musical score and was done in the classic silent film style, she would have been the highlight, as she is the highlight of this film now, despite it being a talkie. If she doesn't win some sort of award, like a boatload of awards, it'll be a serious crime, because she was amazing. As for the Gill Man, Doug Jones is still the top man when it comes to costume creature work. Second only to the guys who played Godzilla in the original films. He was able to take Del Toro's creature effects and make them into a believable being. His movements were organic, and his mannerisms were endearing. You felt that he straddled the line between creature and being very, very closely. Because when he got dangerous, he got seriously dangerous. But you could tell that he wasn't just some animal. He was intelligent. Primal, but intelligent. He really sold it for me. Now for Michael Shannon as the villain. He was awesome. He was like Mansley from The Iron Giant, but actually intimidating. You did not want to be in the room with this guy. He felt like a predator who saw everyone as prey. This guy clearly had issues. And it didn't take much to turn him from a government G-man type to complete psychopath. I honestly felt sorry for his family. And the best part was this slow turn from man to monster, ironic, I know, was punctuated with these, sayings that he would spout. And they sort of made sense. He was basically a product of his era. And the era, by the way, was the early 60s. And it really felt like the 60s, but I'll get into that later. Now, for the rest of the cast, Richard Jenkins and Octavia Spencer, perfect for the roles. They really sold that they were people in an era that didn't approve of them one bit. One was gay, the other was black. And if you were anything other than a straight white guy, usually that meant you were on the low end of the totem pole. And these two really, see, how do I put this? They really got me to feel for him. It's like I was watching old newsreel footage of the atrocities that happened back then. Plus, they endeared their characters to me by giving them just the right amount of strengths, weaknesses, quirks, and a quiet dignity that was never fully stamped out. No matter how many times they had to feel the heel of Michael Shannon's character. Now, to the setting. Early 60s. It felt like I was really there. It didn't look glossy. I wasn't seeing it through rose-colored glasses. It was the late 50s, early 60s. Warts and all. The beautiful ugliness was laid bare. And it was very jarring, but in a good way. I think the only way they could have made it even closer to the real thing was if they had somehow invented time travel. It was that good. As for the makeup effects and the gore effects, yes, there was some gore. They were spot on. The creature looked believably organic. The CG was blended seamlessly. I mean, it was a perfect marriage. This was how effects were supposed to be done from the start. I mean, once computers came into the picture. Blending CGI with practical effects. With the CGI usually used for touch-ups. And maybe a scene or two that's totally CG. Del Toro once again knocked it out of the park, which went in no small part to his actors, because honestly, both the actors and the director and the writer, just everybody there, did an amazing job. Honestly, The Shape of Water felt both familiar and original. If it doesn't become some sort of modern classic that technically only adults can watch because it has some stuff that's not right for kids, but I digress. If it doesn't become a modern classic, it would be a serious crime. I still don't like going in the water, but I'd like to think that Sally and her Gillman floated happily ever after. This is Mr. J, signing off.